Yeah, we're just zooming into these areas we've highlighted, and you just see these nodular growths. Um, one very interesting one, they actually walk around it, and it appears as though they're actually analysing it without actually treading on it. So you see the footprints sort of go around it, and there it is. It's like if the average foot's about 10 inches, and it's about 1/3. So this looks about 3 inches tall, and there it is. It's like I'm just trying to enlarge it. There it is there. It's like a matchstick. So it sticks up. There's a darker top to it, and what looks like here a peculiar maybe object down the bottom, but I can't comment about that. It could be, again, from a previous experience, you'll also see that I don't like to look at rocks and say, well, this could be that, that could be that. I have to have something very definite to actually pay attention to it, and this is it there. How that could be any natural feature, maybe crystalline, it's possibly, but it's a perfect cylinder. It comes up, and obviously they've paid attention to it, because on the actual photo, actually the footprints appear to be going down that way. So someone's actually walked up to it. They're coming from around that side, and just stopped and walked around it and had a closer look, or just taking pictures. So that's it there. We've got one other peculiar substance object next to it, rounded. Then you have some growths here in the corner, which are like a V shape. So so close by here you'll have those peculiar rounded and nodular things as well. And as we look around the whole area down here, you just see what looks like growths. There it is there. Perfect. This wasn't blurred. It's like it's growing up. It's a nodular, and it's got like two heads to it there. Right there. You'll see the shadow, but I can't zoom in anymore, unfortunately, on this one. That's peculiar. Obviously you'll see one thing coming up off the rock, one other growth that looks like it's coming off. A nodular substance is coming off there, objects. The best shot is obviously the one that I showed before, which is, there it is. It's like a 3-inch perfect. It looks like an enlarged matchstick, and there it is. It's got a dark rounded head, very very straight cylinder coming off it, and what looks like two symmetrical things coming off the object there, but I don't like to comment about that. I can't see it. And as you zoom in, you just see more of these things that if they were real life things or lizards, you'll probably see trail marks, but obviously there's no trail marks, so it looks like they're growths. Here's one there. You've got about 10 or so nodules forming this tubular process here. We've got them here, very nodular, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this larger tube going down. So there are things there that obviously they didn't enlarge and show us in their photographs. What looks like actually a round flywheel, that object there, and there's the shadow. Now unfortunately that's as much as I can zoom in on these, but these offer more capability of enlargement than just the still photos. Here we have the one more object coming there out of that crater. It's got a little point at the end. They're just everywhere, but they don't look like your typical moon. There's one there, curls over. And as we go in here, we'll see a lot more nodular things happening here, but these look like rocks. I can't comment about them. I'm only here to sort of point out the extreme obvious. And I'll now zoom in pretty soon on a photo. Now these things here don't look like crater impacts for some reason. The astronauts always describe them as being endless virtually. Here we have a photo of something peculiar. We've got a round crater and just this thing sticking out of it. and it looks like it's a cylinder for the top is reflecting light. We've got a rounded object there and a curvy bit too. That's tubular. These don't look normal objects. Okay, there's a whole clump of these tubular masses there. What looks like a longer cylinder coming out of the ground there. Let's just zoom in some other spots. We'll come pretty soon to the very censored photo, and that's obviously a structure looks like a tree or a growth that on purpose someone has altered the resolution. This shows blurring. That's usually a warning sign. Once a photo is blurred, the good chance is it's not accidental. So let's go have a look what we see in these photos. Straight away you got that zigzag structure there. Looks like a perfect zigzag. Again, we can't go closer, we can't make any more comments, but straight away we should ask ourselves, why is that area blurred? There seems to be a circular thing on top of a boulder. That's not good enough for us. What are they hiding in these images? So that's always a question we should ask. When you see something blurred, what is it hiding? Why are they hiding it? And what could possibly be there using principles learned from previous episodes? And obviously they don't want to show growths happening because it could indicate life, atmosphere, and they just obviously that should be kept classified for a while under a national security. Let's zoom in now on that censored photo, but we just went to the other side of this panorama and you'll see those nodular things there. I think we've seen that image before. That's a good one there. Look at that. That's very unnodular. All these nodular structures, that becomes rounded there. They look like growths coming out. That's a nice one there coming out there. That's a sideways growth. That one's a good one there, very nodular. That one there as well, nodular in a V shape. There as well, very nodular. That looks circular there. And that's a growth coming up, you can see it there. That's a good example. There's a virtually what appears a hole or a tunnel, and there it is, it's coming up. It's that one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 nodules sticking up. That's got nodules too. Wow. I can't believe I'm starting to focus that closely and just learn the principles of what's happening there. That looks peculiar right there. It looks like a mass. It's very nodular. There's no crawling marks next to it, and it seems as though it just sits there and grows. There's a rounded one there, a little hole in the middle.